Hey, when I say closing the sale, what image comes to mind? Hopefully not this guy. Let's talk about human-centered selling and how we close respectfully. Let me ask you something. Why is closing sometimes seen as a dirty thing?
I feel dirty. You feel dirty?
I'll tell you why. Because for years, closing has been taught by so-called experts as being all about manipulation. The gist of that horrible training has been based on a simple philosophy. You know what, Mr. Customer? I think you're stupid enough for me to manipulate you into buying my product. You've got to choose which side of the line you are on, my friends. I reject manipulation as a legitimate sales approach. I'm going on the assumption that you feel the same way, and if so, just give me an amen in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you've not done so already. Okay, so we're all anti-manipulation, but we have a problem. And the problem is the tendency to overreact. Oh, I don't want to be manipulative, so instead I'll sit back and just let the sale happen, and the customer will let me know when they are ready to buy. No, no, no. You see, there is something of a continuum here. On the one hand, you have manipulation, doing whatever it takes to get the sale, even if you have to abuse the customer to do it. But on the other hand, you have what we call yielding. That's giving in and letting the customer drive the process. I would argue that there are times when we have to be what I call respectfully pushy. I know, pushy has a bad rap.
You're very pushy, Missy.
But look at it this way. Suppose your kid was about to run into a busy street and you saw a car coming. You had a choice to push your kid out of the way. Would you do it? Of course you would. So when is it appropriate to be pushy? When it is in the best interest of your customer. I mean, look, sometimes they need the nudge.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, know what I mean? Say no more.
Now, the question is, where is the sweet spot? Somewhere between manipulation and yielding. How do you know you are acting appropriately? And to answer that question, you want to consider the persuasion progression. What has to happen before we can persuade someone to do that which is in their best interest? You need to have two things in place: trust and understanding. The trust comes through a solid rapport and a desire to help. Without it, good luck even getting your customer to even listen to your advice, let alone heed that advice. And the understanding comes through your deep and curious discovery. You have to really want to know what your customer is experiencing. When those two elements are in place, you can now be helpfully pushy. I'll give you an example of that. My accountant, Michael Senadino, has been using him for a long, long time. He knows what's in my best interest, and he knows that I have a short attention span. And so Michael's tendency is to look at it and say, listen, Jeff, you got three options as how do you want to use this? Options 1 and 2 don't make sense. Option 3 is the way to go. Do you want to know what they are? Now, because there's so much trust that I have in him, I'm like, no, not really. He says, good, because it'd be stupid for you to go to 1 and 2. All right, maybe that's a little bit over the top the way that it plays, but the gist of it is there. Michael pushes me in what he considers to be the best direction. Ultimately, it's still my decision to make. But if I'm about to make a bad choice, he stands there to let me know. And that's what I pay him to do. Now, we can look at that in sales using a 3-part model: trust, understanding, and persuasion. Trust, understanding, persuasion. It might sound something like this. You know, I do this a lot, and I pride myself on service above everything else. Now, I've enjoyed getting to know you, and I have a clear understanding of both the problem and the solution. I know when it's right, and I know when it's not right. In this case, it's definitely right for you. I think this is a decision you should make right now. Agree? Now, lots of different ways to word that, but you get the picture. It's time to close respectfully. And that means no manipulation, but it also means nudging the customer to do what is in their best interest. And speaking of acting in the best interest of others, I want to share with you something that is close to my heart. I am on the board of directors for an organization called The Gathering Inn, helping people get off the street into temporary supportive housing and then into permanent housing. It's not just a matter of giving people a place to sleep. It's a way to be able to help them in all areas with counseling, with addiction relief, whatever it's going to take to get them into permanent housing. This is something I'm passionate about, and as a way of giving back, Shore Consulting is donating 20% of all the proceeds from the Shore store from now through the rest of the year. You can check out all of our books, our courses, and our merchandise at shop.jeffshore.com, and 20% of every sale will go to this amazing organization. Hey, thanks so much for watching the 5-Minute Sales Training, and until next time, learn more to earn more.